guys. Welcome to this glimpse into coaching. My name is Mel Summers, and I'm here with you today with my co-hosts, Jen Delvaux and Rachel Bodie. Can they see all three of us, Jen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So we're here with our coaches that are also in this group and our leaders in this group, and we just want to help you understand this business because we were there where you are right now, where we were like, kind of seems interesting, but I'm not so sure. Like you have these questions, you might be a little bit skeptical. We've all been there and we get that. Each one of us, this was a decision making process that we had to go through. So we understand where you are. So we want to help you understand what we do. What are the benefits of coaching? What can you really get out of this? Why would it be worthwhile for you to do this? And, how would you be trained? Like, how would you know actually what to do? We want to help you understand those things so you can get a better vision of what this business could mean for you and how you can make it your own. So the people in this group, first of all, we've been reading your introductions and that's been so much fun. There's so much energy in this group and so many like-minded people in this group. It's just been really fun to read through your stories and, who you are and where you're from. And our coaches, myself and Jen and Rachel, our coaches and our leaders are in this group as well. And they brought some awesome people in. And so we're just like fired up, super excited to present to you today. So someone invited you here because they really think that you could benefit from this business and that you would be good as a coach, that you would really fit well into this community of women. And we have some men too. But really be a good fit for this business. So we're going to help you understand that. So first of all, I wanted to just start. I'm going to explain a little bit about why I do this business. Jen's going to explain why she does it and Rachel too. So we're all going to tell a little bit of our story. But like I said, we're also going to go through what we do as coaches, the benefits that you get, and then the training. And then we'll explain, like, if you are interested, of course, ask more questions if you have more questions, but get with that person that invited you to this group and talk about next steps. And we'll also give you like what some of the sign up options are. So we're going to cover it all. And this is live, by the way. So if anything goes wrong, you see it all. Okay, so why I got into this business? Well, first of all, I went the traditional path of, getting my degree and going into the corporate world. And I actually went into human resources management, but fitness and dance have always been my passion. I would have loved to have gone into that full time. I just did not see any opportunity for that. And it was actually my sister, Shalene, some of you may know Shalene, who said to me, you really should look into this opportunity that Beachbody has. It's such a good fit for you. You love fitness anyways. You love helping people when it comes to fitness. And it's just natural for you. Why wouldn't you look into this? And I just thought, Shalene, like, I'm not the type of person that would do like network marketing. Like that's one of those things where it's all about sales and you have to have this like big personality. And like, I just thought, no way, that's not me. I don't know anything about sales. Like I'm an introvert. I'm an analyst. Everything about this business just doesn't seem like it would be a good fit for me, other than the fact that it is about fitness and health and wellness, things that are really important to me. And so I was really skeptical and I really was, standoffish about it. I didn't act like I was interested at all, but I did start learning some things about it just because I had that little bit of intrigue. And I realized that this business wasn't about pushing sales and pushing product on friends and family. It wasn't about me being this mold of what I thought a coach should be. It was about just me being myself. And that the more that I could just be myself and do what I do, which is I love to help other people in fitness, that is something that would help me become successful in this business. So I started looking at other successful coaches because this business came about a good year and a half before I joined. And I started looking at other successful coaches. And what I realized was these successful coaches were all so different. Like there was one woman who was, she was a little bit older and she was just all about, becoming healthier and becoming, becoming a better person and personal development and mindset and how fitness and exercise helps her in all those categories. And then the other person was this really reserved principal of a high school. And, he had been doing P90X. And so he had his own journey. And this other woman was like really fit and always into fitness. And so everyone was totally different. Some were big personalities, others were very reserved. So what I realized was they were just being themselves. They would be authentically themselves, and they each had their own message that they wanted to convey to the world. And their message really stemmed from something that got them into fitness in the first place. And so they really just were bringing that message to life in their own way and in their own style. And that really spoke to me because I realized, okay, this business is not about pushing product or selling. It's not about looking a certain way or being a certain way or following a certain set of rules, or it wasn't about any of that. It was about being authentically you. And that when you are authentically you, you naturally attract people who are like-minded because they can relate to you. Because so few people are authentically themselves on social media. And when you do that, you draw people in, and you draw in the right people just organically by being yourself and conveying your message that's true to you. And that really spoke to me. And I thought, wow, if I could, on top of my full-time job, start building this big business in pockets of time, maybe this is something that I could do full-time. And that was really always my far-fetched dream that I had, that I never thought could come true, that I could just be a stay-at-home mom that had choices in my life. Like, you know, it's not like we were poor, but we definitely really had to watch our finances. And I realized that there was so much that myself and my husband were holding back from doing, you know, like vacations and stuff with our son, because we just didn't have the extra income to do that. Both of us working full time, working our butts off, but we just didn't have the income to do certain things. And we just always brushed it off as, you know, this is life, you know, money is tight. And I just never realized that I could have a life where I'm doing what I love to do. And at the heart of it is me being my best self and just sharing that, what I have learned to get there, sharing that with others, helping other women be their best selves and empowering them, and make a living doing that and build a business doing that, so much so that I can provide for my family more, and that as a family, we have better balance and we can align our priorities better, so that Matt and I aren't working so many hours every single day, every single week, and just feel more like in balance. That was something I've never been motivated by money and things. I've always been motivated by like inner peace and just having that balance in my life and being able to have my priorities in alignment. So that was a huge motivator for me. And so once I learned that that's what was at the heart of this, I was all in, and I just started building it in pockets of time where I could. So that's kind of my story. So Jen, I'll hand it over to you for your story.
Awesome. Mine is totally different. So I signed up back in 2009, and it was when I saw a before picture of myself. I saw a picture of myself and I knew I had let myself go. I did not realize how far I had let myself go. So I saw this picture. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make a change. And I think it was Shalene. So I went to high school with Janelle and Shalene, and Shalene had posted something about this shake drink. And I was like, what's this shake? And she said, get in touch with Janelle. So I reach out to Janelle and I'm like, what's Shakeology? Like, I need to do something. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's incredible. You'll lose weight. It's like a superfood shake. It's amazing. Like all the amazing benefits. And I was like, okay, I'm in. And she's like, well, if you sign up as a discount, you can get 25% off. I'm like, sweet. I'm like, okay, I'm in. And then I said, but listen, I live in Michigan. I don't have a beach body and I'm not a salesperson. And she was like, no worries, no worries. There's no pressure to do anything. You just work on you. So that's what I did. I signed up. It was May of 2009. And I just started living a healthier lifestyle, doing the workouts, drinking my shake, and I started feeling amazing. And I started gaining a little more confidence. And I was like, wait, maybe I can do this. People started approaching me like, Jen, what are you doing? Like, I want in, I want some of that. And I was like, okay. So I slowly started putting myself out there, and I loved it. I loved it. I was having so much fun with it. And it was in September. So just 4 months after I had signed up and just had that lifestyle change. Thank God I had it. my husband was diagnosed with brain cancer, and really quick, he's doing really well right now. In fact, I just sent him off on a boys' weekend to see the Cowboys. So he's in a really good place right now. But it was a moment in my life that just crushed us all. We did not know what was going to happen. We didn't know, I worked in real estate. I owned a real estate company with my dad and sister, but unfortunately that was when real estate was awful. So he really was our income person. And so I was worried, you guys. I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen to us. I didn't know what was going to happen to him. And he got through that surgery and did really well. But I knew we had a long road ahead of us. And I almost took this off my plate. I was like, at that time, I was doing everything. Us as parents, we can just like be the broom parent, be on the PTO, be on blah, blah, everything. Like I did everything. So I just started removing things off my plate. And I almost took this off my plate. Like that close. And I thank God I didn't, because I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute, the shakes are what kept me healthy. Literally, my mom or sister or somebody would bring me shakes to the hospital. The workouts were my sanity. And as Darren was going through recover, he would actually take his chemo pill and go work out in the gym. And then we had this community. You guys, this community is so incredible. It's like this sisterhood tribe that's like no other. And in fact, I was at that part, I was in my life at that point before I signed up, I kind of felt like I didn't belong to anything. We kind of lose ourselves being a parent. And I felt like I had lost that part. So all of a sudden I felt like I belonged to something again. And I was part of this amazing tribe of people who just lifted me up, supported me. And I was like, no, I am not taking this off my plate. In fact, I am running with it, because this is a game changer in every aspect of your life. And I want to scream it off the rooftops, and I want to help other women or men just like me, where I was in that place. So I ran with it, and it's changed our lives, you guys. We now live by choice. Darren had to have a second surgery in 2011, and we were able to go to Dallas and get the best care in the world and live there during his radiation. And we get to choose our life every day with our kids. It's a game changer. So yeah, that's kind of my story. Rachel, you ready?
Yeah.
Great.
So awesome. Okay. So my story is also very different. So I'm Rachel Bodie. I live in Kennesaw, which is a suburb of Atlanta. I've got two little girls, 5 and 6, and I am married to Matt. We've been married 9 years. And I do have a background in business. So I went the traditional route, kind of like Janelle. I went to University of Georgia, go Dogs, and got a consulting job, did that whole thing, was having awesome success. But here's how I was introduced to Beachbody. I was a road warrior. I was traveling like crazy. My husband and I were traveling internationally. He was a consultant too. And I was working very late one night, and I saw this infomercial. It was in the background, Tony Horton, P90X. Well, so we were financially like blowing the doors off. We were doing so great, but I was really not doing great when it came to my wellness. I actually was anxious. I was dealing with depression. I was lacking confidence. I had an eating disorder. In fact, I was almost hospitalized for eating disorder. And watching that infomercial, I don't know you guys, I don't ever order stuff off the TV, like ever. It was a God thing. And I'm like, I'm just going to order it. And I talked to my husband. I'm like, we got to do this. And really what did it for me was having true nutrition, not like starving, not dieting, but like really focusing on the nutrition aspect, having a comprehensive program, having the support of the community, like Jen said. It was huge. And it helped me to lose 40 pounds, which was awesome. But here's the thing, that was like 10 years ago. Okay. So that was my introduction to Beachbody. I got all fired up about fitness. I became like the fitness person to all my friends, but I just kept grinding. Well, fast forward to late 2015, I'm working for John Maxwell. I'm a leadership consultant. We have our 2 beautiful daughters and doing awesome health-wise. But other than that, it was not good. My husband and I were like hanging on by a fingernail. Like we had a nanny, taking our kids everywhere. We're traveling all the time. We're stressed. We have no time. And it was not good. And I sat down with him and I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. Like I did not sign up for this. If this is the American dream, it's like more like a nightmare. Truly, you guys. And so we are like, we've got to do something. Well, all the while I was following this woman on Instagram just for Fitspo stuff, right? So she's posting all this stuff about family and faith and fashion, all these F's actually, which never really occurred to me. But anyway, she had so much, I was like, I love her. We have so much in common. And I was kind of stalking her, you guys. Every day I would go on there and she inspired me. And I didn't really know what she did. I just didn't know. So one day she posted this thing about this girls trip, this ski trip. And I'm like, but it was a work trip. I'm like, what is that all about? Like, she's always working out. She's at home. She works from home. She's going on all these trips. I got to reach out to her. So talk about drawing people in. Well, that girl, that woman was Janelle Summers on this call. And I reached out to her, you guys, and I'm like, can you tell me, like, what is it that you do? Because I want to, whatever you're doing, like, I want to do that. Okay. So she didn't come after me and try and sell me something, sell me a bill of goods. It was me reaching out to her, which is really cool. Right. And so I never thought, in talking to her, I never thought I could replace my income because I was making 6 figures as a consultant. And I was fearful, like, you know, once you're like in that race, it's like, how do I get out? But it's possible. And I learned it was possible. And you guys, I went all in, and it's been really amazing. You know, to Jen's point, this community, I've met like some of my best friends. I've been a coach since February of 2016. And I've met some of the most incredible women who are, like Jen said, it's like a sisterhood. And it's women who love the same things, like fitness and fashion and working out. And maybe you don't love fashion, but it's all that, you know, people who just are about becoming the best version of themselves. And it's just a really positive environment. And, you know, I flew up to New York City. I recorded an infomercial with Shaun T. That was so cool. And my husband and I, we bought our dream cars. But, you know, it's like, aside from the Mercedes and, you know, all these things, the fact that I, like what Janelle said, we get to help people reach their goals and like be a positive influence on someone. So we get to work, like right now I'm getting paid to do something I love. It doesn't feel like work. And it's so crazy. Like, I would have never thought this is possible. And I'm really excited to share that I haven't actually ever really shared this, but it's been 4 weeks. I had put my notice in at my full-time job. So I'm going to be a full-time coach come January. So I get to be at home with my family and I don't have to sacrifice our lifestyle. So it's pretty awesome.
Very awesome. Oh my goodness.
I love it. Rachel, I did not know that you were in the Shaun T Insanity infomercial.
Yeah.
That's
Size.
awesome.
And for size, which is scarier. I'm like hip hop dancing, but anyway.
So awesome. So cool. Do you want me to get into what we do as coaches?
Yes.
That's a big, huge question. And so I want to get into that a little bit. First of all, don't get freaked out by this, okay? Because all of us, the 3 of us, in fact, Janelle didn't even have Facebook when she first signed up as a coach. But we share on social media, and I'm going to get into that a little bit. I know that scared me at first. I remember there were days where Janelle would be like, you just got to post, just share what you're passionate about. I was like, what? Like, who am I? Like, I have like 200 high school friends in my family. Why did they want, I'm not an expert. Like, it scared me. So I understand starting out, it's a fearful thing putting yourself out there. And when I started, you guys, there was no pictures or videos. It was literally a post. I'm like putting a post out there of the day, like a tip of the day. I'm like, Darren, quick, go like it. Like, you know, seriously, but we don't share Beachbody stuff. So it's what you're passionate about. Like Rachel and I both said, Janelle did not post something or try to sell us on something. We both saw what she was posting, or it was Shalene, and we were attracted to that. So you post things that that you love, and it might not even be anything to do with Beachbody. You might be a huge runner, and you post about your running stuff or whatever it is that you're passionate about. You post about it, and we share that with you. You share your journey, and yes, you share from the beginning. So many people think, I can't post because I'm not at the right fit. You guys, this is the time to post because people want to see you on your journey. I did this, okay? So when I signed up, I lost the weight. When I finally decided to go for it, I was like, I need to hide all of my fat pictures. They all need to go away. And I had a coach that had sent one of her customers to me to check out my page. And she came back to me and she said, yeah, well, the girl said, you look at all of your pictures, you're always skinny. I'm like, I need to share. I need to share my struggle. I need to share what I've overcome, because that's how it's going to teach other people. And the second I started doing that, the second I started sharing about, I live an 80-20 world. I'm a mom. I mess up. I'm not perfect. I will, have a glass of wine or whatever it is. Then I became real to people. So you just share your journey. You just share you. And we teach you how. So don't worry. We will teach you. We have social media trainings, and Janelle will talk about that in a little bit. We build relationships and we make new friends. You guys, like we talked about, the sisterhood, the community, the support, like all the relationships, the people you meet, it's incredible. And old high school friends or old coworkers, people that you haven't talked to in years, you get back in contact with them, which is really cool. We work on personal development. Now, this was one I remember when Janelle was like, yeah, personal development, we'd mention a book. This was years ago, because it's kind of a cool thing now. But back then, when people, because I've been doing this for like 8 years, when people would mention personal development, I'm like, I don't need that. That's for people that have some issues. Hello, like you guys, it has changed my life. I am obsessed with it. I listen to it every single day. Am I okay? Says my internet.
So second there you weren't, but you are now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So personal development is everything. Like I literally would not go a day without it. And when at first I also would buy books, and you know, we don't always want to sit down and read a book. I listen to it now as I'm putting my music on, or I'm in the car, or whenever. I've headphones in, I'm listening to personal development. Unfortunately, I don't know the current music, but this is more important. And then we work out. We live an 80-20 rule. We just live a healthy lifestyle, you guys. And it's not about perfection. And think about it. Those that have kids, think about the gift you are giving to your kids. Forget everything else about it. By signing up as a coach, you are working on you. You're getting healthy, and you are giving this gift to your kids, showing them. Because for us, we dealt with when Darren was diagnosed, if I wouldn't have had that 6 months or 4 months prior, that journey where I found that I fell in love with getting healthy and feeling good again, if I didn't have that, I probably would be a very overweight, unhappy, depressed person. But I had learned prior to that about working on me. So yeah, that's pretty much did I miss anything, you guys? What we do?
Not that I can think of. I mean, we host challenge groups.
Oh, yes.
Fitness
Yeah.
accountability groups.
And that's just fun because that holds you accountable. So every month, and we give you ideas for that. All of us. The other cool thing is you don't have to recreate this new thing. You duplicate, tweak it, what we're doing, and you can plug into our challenge groups right away. I know I do that just to see what they're like. And so we have your back. And Janelle will definitely, I think, are you talking about next? Or no, Rachel, you were talking about benefits.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me share a few things, some benefits about coaching. And actually, I want to start with one that, you guys, when I started this, my number one thing and I kept going, poor Janelle, she was so gracious. I'm like drilling her with questions because I just was very skeptical. And, I worked with John Maxwell for a long time, and he's a very savvy business guy. So I asked lots of questions, and I'm like, I don't have time. Like, I'm a busy mom. I'm like working a consulting job. I'm volunteering for my church. I'm trying to like have a healthy marriage. I don't have time. And let me tell you, I am so grateful that I just went for it, because here's the thing, you guys, you find the time, you find pockets of time. You don't have to sit down and work an 8-hour, this is not like an 8-hour deal. It's like, I get up in the morning and I do like 30 minutes here, or I take my lunch break and I would do an hour there, or I would miss The Bachelor or whatever show, whatever. So like Jen, she doesn't know the current music. I don't know a ton of the current shows, but I get to quit my job in 6 weeks. So that's kind of cool. And it's so worth it. You know what I'm saying? So here's the good thing. You get to work this when it works for you. So almost everything is recorded because a lot of us are working moms. Many of my coaches and our coaches are full-time employees. Some are stay-at-home moms, but who are we kidding? That's probably the hardest job out there. And then others, they're parents. So everyone's juggling. And the cool thing is that you can work this anywhere you have Wi-Fi. So you do need that. But it's just awesome. So if you feel like you don't have time, I would say the most successful coaches work anywhere between 2 to 3 hours a day. And we're talking like I've worked 3 hours a day to be able to quit my 6-figure job in less than 2 years. If someone would have told me that, which actually Janelle did, come to think of it, but I just, again, I'm sitting here and I'm like, it feels surreal, but like, I'm a real person, you guys. I'm just like, nothing special about me. I just really like, Janelle gave me the roadmap, like what Jen's saying too. She showed me everything, the training, like, it's like, here you go. Here's exactly what you do. And you just show up and you do it, and you get to work out as part of your job, which is so cool. So that's a huge benefit, is the fact that you can work this anywhere that you want to. The income benefits, you guys, are undeniable. Okay. And I want to actually share a little bit of detail, because if you're like me, you're probably curious about the financial aspect, because I like nice things. Obviously, money's not the end all be all, but we have a certain lifestyle that we've grown accustomed to just because we've had a lot of success in our life. And I wanted to make sure that we could continue to have that lifestyle. And we also like to give, and we want to continue to do that. So here's what I want to share with you. So whether or not you want to do this full time, maybe you just want to have a plan B, a backup. Maybe you just want some additional income for the holiday coming up, for some extra Christmas presents. Maybe you want to take your family on a vacation. We paid for Disney in full in cash last year, thanks to Beachbody. So whatever your goals are, there's an opportunity here for you to earn additional income. Now, obviously, it's not guaranteed. Like, there's no, if anyone tells you it's a guarantee for any business, you need to walk out the door, because nothing's guaranteed. Everything in life is about what you put in, right? What you put in is what you get out. But here's the thing, it's possible. Look at us. I have so many coaches on my team who I've worked with, and they're paying off debt. They're buying new cars. They're taking their family on vacation. It's so awesome. So let me share my actual income progression. So I started in February of 2016, and I want to make sure I get it right. In June of 2016, so a few months later, I was doing about $1,200 a month. Again, this is still while working my full-time job. And then of the following June, I was making $2,400 a month. And then last week, my paycheck was $1,400. So if you do the math there, that's about $5,000 in a month, which is pretty awesome, you guys. And I'm tracking to be close to where Jen and Janelle are. So I'm on that same path. And so I'm going to be able to, again, retire from my full-time job, be at home with my kids, do what I love, but be able to earn a really good living. So I think hopefully that inspires you and encourages you, because that was a big thing. I felt stuck. I felt like, well, here we are. This is our life now. And this is what, we have a mortgage, we've got bills, and I have no choice. I'm in this grind for the next 20 years. And that is a really scary feeling. It sucks the life out of you to feel like you have no choices. And I'm here to tell you, you have a choice, because I personally have experienced it. So huge benefit. What else? Community aspect. Jen already talked about that, but that's so huge, you guys, just being part of this loving, supportive community of women. We have a fit club that we meet together. We've got weekly trainings where we get on and we encourage each other. We learn together. We have trips that we go on. Last year, we went to Punta Cana for free. I'm like, really? And here's a really quick funny story. I thought I had to pay for Matt. So at the end, when we went to check out, they're like, there's no charge. I'm like, don't I have to pay for his, for the extra person? They're like, oh no, that's all covered. Like, really? So I didn't even know.
That's funny.
So anyway, yeah, there's all these kind of fun perks aside from the fact that you get to help people. And then I love what Jen said about this gift to your kids. And I would say the gift is twofold. So obviously, there's the sunshine's coming into my office and it's kind of doing something weird. I would say, yeah, giving them that gift of, more is caught than taught. So they're watching, that healthy lifestyle. My kids ask for daily sunshine now, and they love Shakeology, which is really cool. And they come down and work out with mommy. But, the other thing that I love is the gift of time. I want to buy my kids stuff all the time. And they're like, no, mommy, play, whatever with me, dolls or something. And I'm like, okay. But they're these sweet little 5 and 6-year-old girls, and they want me to come to their Thanksgiving feast. Next week, you guys, I have to go on a work trip. It's my last one, and I'm going to miss one of my daughter's performances. Kind of makes me emotional, because it's like, it's the last time, but it's like, here we go again, and I have no choice. I have to do that. And there's probably a lot of you out there who have had to miss a lot of your kids' things, important things that you want to see that you're never going to get back. And to me, that's the biggest gift you can give your kids, is just being there with them. And I'm going to get to do that. It's pretty darn awesome. So, Janelle, do you want to share a little bit now?
Yeah, and that really resonates with me too, Rachel, because Tyler was about, I want to say 5 or 6 when I started this business. And I had some moments that literally, really made me emotional that I had to miss with Tyler because of work. And that was a big, big factor for me doing this and going all in. That said, though, as we have said, you don't have to go all in with this. This is one of those things where it's your business. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about like what you can expect in terms of training and support. But it is your business. And so, while I went all in right away and Rachel did too, Jen started just for the discount. That's the way it works with this business. It's your business to do with it what you want. So if you want to do nothing with it for a while and just kind of be in your zone and work on yourself and get a discount on Shakeology or our pre and post workout drink or whatever, or the programs, or just get the discount, you can do that. If you're someone that's like, yeah, I want to right away start learning and I want to start digging in on, into the trainings and really learn how to become successful and really start applying those trainings, then you can do that too. It's completely whatever pace you want to take it. And we are fully welcoming that. We understand that. And we've all had coaches become successful that dug in on day one, and we've had very successful coaches that started off just for the discount. So there's no, there's no like, okay, if you choose this, then you're never going to become successful. It doesn't work that way. So, we all have, myself, Rachel, Jen, and the leaders in this group and our coaches, we all have a getting started right process. And the way we handle that is that you're given the tools, you're given the trainings, you're given the support and mentorship that you need when you're ready for it. So, like for example, I may have a coach that, she wants to dig in right away. And so I'll give her, the starter trainings and she'll finish them that day. Like she'll text me like, all right, I'm ready. What's next? And then I'll have another coach who is like, okay, well, I'm getting married next month. And so I think I'm going to dig into this in January. Cool. Like it's whatever you want to do, but we have a getting started right process. We have starter trainings. We have what's called a new coach training within a private Facebook group where you're going to get, one-on-one mentorship with us and one-on-one access with whoever it is that you join, whether it's one of us or it's someone in this group. They're all part of our team. So we all work the same way. You get one-on-one access and support to whoever it is that you join. As well as team support. We're all like the type of women that just share. Like we don't have this mentality of competitiveness. We have the what's the phrase I'm looking for?
Abundance.
Yes. There's plenty to go around. There are so many people out there that need help, that need a coach, that need support, that need accountability. None of us ever feel like we have to be competitive with each other. We just share ideas. We share what's working. And it really saves you time because instead of having to reinvent something, recreate the wheel, you don't have to. Someone else has already done it. And it's like I said, everyone that's in this group, that's what we do. It doesn't even have to be someone that you signed up with. They're just sharing what they did that worked, and you can take it and run with it and tweak it and make it your own. So not only do we have like a getting started right process and a new coach training, we also have weekly trainings. We also go live in our groups. We also have Beachbody provides trainings as well. I would say one of the most important ones that they do is called the weekly wake up call, which is amazing. And by the way, Rachel is going to be the guest speaker on the wake up call for Beachbody on Monday, which I know she's going to do awesome with that. So even those trainings are just amazing, but everything is done at your own pace and it's recorded. So that way, if you're like, okay, but this training that was on Thursday, I'm not gonna have time to watch it until Sunday when my husband and boys are watching the football game. So be it. You know what I mean? You do what you can and when you want. And that's what's great is that you can work your business literally from your phone. I cannot tell you how much I get done just by waiting in line at Target. I'm not even kidding you. Like I can get so much done in just the weirdest little pockets of time during my day. Like Matt and I will go out and we'll run errands together. By the way, Matt was able to retire his full-time job too. I was able to retire mine after 2 years. And then Matt was able to retire his. He was a financial analyst. And so we go out and we do things or, running errands or whatever, just go out and shop, have lunch, whatever. And I can, return a message or do a quick post, and that's all considered work, which, by now I would have been on social media anyways and doing some of this stuff. So why not make a living doing it?
Mm-hmm.
So you are going to be fully supported and equipped for whatever kind of success fits your goals and fits your needs. And I do want to address one question that I saw from my phone, and please let me know if there are others. But one question was, is this something you can do even if you're aiming to gain weight? Absolutely. Everyone's goals are different. That's why we keep making the blanket statement of you're on your own journey and you share that journey, because everyone's journey is different. Some people are, you know, looking to gain muscle. Other people are looking to shed fat. Other people are looking to gain weight and actually bulk up. Everyone's different. There's no like, oh, well, if this is your goal, then you're not going to be successful. It doesn't work that way. In fact, one of my very most successful coaches, she lives in the UP of Michigan, which by the way is in the middle of nowhere, no friends or family into fitness. And she was like, Janelle, I don't know if I can do this because I've been considered skinny all my life and I'm not looking to lose weight, and I don't have a transformation with Beachbody. I'm trying to get strong and fit and healthy. And I was like, girl, so are thousands of other women out there, and they're going to so relate to you. So run with that. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what we're about. Just empowering women to be their best self and you know, give other women that same confidence to do the same.
And you know, can I say, oh, I was going to say, add on to that same person.
Yeah.
Mindy was obsessed with Disney.
Yeah.
So she met probably half of her coaches through a Disney group where they just connected about Disney traveling. Like,
So true.
that's what it's about. It's just about connecting with people again. So anyway.
Yep, so true. Great point. Yep. And she's gone on to be so successful. And yeah, so her weight loss journey, I mean, her journey has not at all been about weight loss. And it just goes to show it truly is just being yourself.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so with that, so I think that, did I miss anything on training, ladies?
I don't think so. Nope, I think you got it.
So Rachel, you want to close it out for us? I think I've probably spoken enough.
Yeah, no, I would love to. And so actually, I just want to tack one thing onto that and just say this, that, and as we come to a close, you guys, we just really appreciate you investing the time. And, you know, we're all created so uniquely and so differently. And I think the overarching message needs to be like, in this business, the cool thing is the more you become who you're meant to be, the more successful you'll be. And the more satisfied you're going to be, because that's how you're created. And, you know, you have unique strengths, unique gifts. There's no one in the world like you. And the more that you can just own it, it just feels so good, you know, and this business gives you that confidence. I mean, I felt like I was pretty confident, you know, coming into this. I had worked through a lot of therapy with all the eating disorder issues, but you guys, the past 2 years, I feel like has been like I literally transformed my life. It's crazy.
Love that.
So what I would say, just to kind of close this out here, is that, you know, I believe that you are here for a reason. I mean, we're here for a reason, but you're here on this call for a reason. And I really want to encourage you to really think through this. If there's something that has been said today that gets you excited, that makes you feel hopeful, that you think, you guys, listen to that. Listen to that. There's nothing to lose and everything to gain. I mean, literally you can cancel at any time, and we're going to post some details about what the enrollment steps look like. But you can cancel anytime. So if there's that thing in you, go for it. Here's the deal. And this is why I want to make sure I kind of lay this message down with a sense of urgency, because we only accept 5 new people, each of us, 5 new people into our new coach training or new coach mentorships. And the reason behind that is we owe that to you all. If it gets bigger than that, we are not able to give you that attention that you need and deserve as you're getting started. I want to know what your strengths are. I want to do a call with you and figure out what your goals are and help you personally to build your business. If I've got 10, 20, 15, whatever people, you know, we can't do that. And so I just want to let you guys know, we're going to be taking the first 5 people, each of us. So if you are interested, make sure that you reach out to the person who invited you here today quickly, because those spots will fill very quickly. As Janelle mentioned, our next new coach training / mentorship is going to be starting in the beginning of December. However, there are some things that we do prior to that. There's some trainings that we want to get to you. There's some information that we want to provide. We want to get on a call with you personally and learn a little bit about what your goals are. So the timing is perfect. So I hope that answered questions. I hope this added value to you. Please, if you have any questions at all, feel free to comment in the section below this video, tag the coach who invited you. And we hope that we will be welcoming you into our team. We just appreciate it so much, you guys.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Thanks, you guys. It was
Thanks,
our
guys.
pleasure.
All right, I'm going to end it.
Okay, take care.
Bye, guys.